Hello and welcome back to a Library of Books and Daydreams. So today I am back with my December TBR. I would usually film this with my wrap up from the previous month, but because I have so many books on my wrap up and my TBR, I thought I would just separate this out into two different videos. So you can see my November wrap up from last week, and then this will be my December TBR, although I imagine that I am already partway through it when I'm filming this video, as I'm reading two of the books on it currently. I have 3 stacks of books here. I just ended up picking up TBR from like different areas, and then when I put them all together I was like, oh, I have 9 books. I don't usually set out a TBR for like the entire month, unless I'm doing like a readathon or something, but I imagine this will probably take me all, if not most of November, if I manage to finish them all. So I'm probably going to show you these in like a weird order, and not necessarily the order I will read them. But we will go with this series. So for the last 5 months of the year, I have been focusing on reading a series a month, and this is mainly because I had so many series off my TBR, and I usually focus on reading standalones because I think I can get through them quicker, which is not necessarily true, and I've really been getting into series, and I thought I'll set myself a challenge of reading a different series every month for the last 5 months of 2020, and the last series on this list is the Hush Hush series by Becca Fitzpatrick. I've had these sat on my shelf for a long time. I've just found the hardbacks in different charity shops over like a year or two, and they all match, and I think one of them is actually a signed and numbered edition. I think it's the second one is, yeah, it's a signed and limited edition, number 3205 of 6000. So I found them all and I just haven't read them, and I really want to read them. So after a lot of deliberation of which months to read which books in, Courtney said to me, because she also read these this year, that these are quite easy to get through. They are like paranormal romance from what I understand, and I think they are quite cheesy. So I've been looking forward to reading these, and Courtney said they're like guilty pleasure books. So I think I will get through them quite quickly, so that is why I've left them for December, as I thought I would be busier with work, which I was correct, in December, and these would be an easy thing to get through. But of course I still set myself a massive TBR, even though I have assignments and I am now back to work again. But the next 3 books on this TBR you will actually know of already because of a video I did a couple of weeks ago where I picked my next 3 reads out of my TBR jar. So the first one on this list is Find Me by Andrew Ackerman. I'm not sure how to pronounce his surname, but this is the second Call Me By Your Name book, and I did not enjoy Call Me By Your Name, but I am really intrigued by this story, and apparently this is meant to follow them 10 years later, and I've heard it might include something about Elio's dad, or like his story as he was younger. I'm hoping I'm not wrong in what I've heard, because I really liked Elio's dad as a character, and I kind of picked up this book because I want to learn more about him. It's also super short, so I was like, I'm going to try and read this and just see whether I like it any more than Call Me By Your Name, and I'm really interested. I love the movie so much of Call Me By Your Name. I just feel like it's one of those books that translates better to screen, especially because it is such a beautiful setting. It's really nice to see that on screen. But I've had this, it's like the publishing company sent one to work about a year ago when I started there, and I nabbed it because I was interested by it, so I'm finally getting around to reading this, which is good, and I'm glad I have the TBR jar to force me to finally read these books. Talking of, the second one is Tonight the Streets Are Ours by Leela Sales. I've had this one sat on my TBR for a couple of years. My friend Pete gave it to me after reading it and thought I would enjoy it. And this is, from what I understand, it is about a road trip. It sounds kind of like Radio Silence, in which I think they're trying to find out what the writer is of a blog, and then they go on a road trip to find him. I'm not entirely sure if that's right, but this sounds like something I would absolutely love, but I haven't heard amazing things about it, so I think I've been putting it off for that reason for a while, because I really want to like it, and I'm just not sure whether I will. But I'm quite excited to read this, and it has a beautiful cover, so we will find out whether I enjoy that one in December. And the next book that I picked out of the TBR jar is Chasing the Stars by LaRue. I've wanted to read this. This came out in 2017 and the publishing company sent me this copy and I still haven't read it. I thought it sounded quite young for me. Obviously, like 4 years later, it's gonna be young for me now. But I found out that this is about a virus that wipes out the crew on their ship, because it's set in space on a spaceship, and now I don't know how I feel about that, considering we are in a pandemic right now. So we are going to find out whether I can stomach reading about a virus that kills a load of people, while there is a virus going around that's killed a load of people. That'll be interesting. So that is another book on my December TBR. So that was my December TBR as I knew it until a couple of days ago when I decided to join a couple of readathons where I'm doing a couple of buddy reads. The first of which is for Hunting Prince Dracula by Kerry Maniscalco. The dust jacket is off because I've been reading this copy for the past couple of days and I am 94 pages into it right now. So me and my lovely friends Amy and Jo from work have been reading this series together. Amy's favourite series ever is Stalking Jack the Ripper, which is this series, and we read the first book in October together and we are carrying on with the series at the moment, so this is the second one in the series. I'm really enjoying this so far. It's got an absolutely beautiful setting and Audrey Rose is such a great protagonist, so that is one of the buddy reads that I'm doing in December. The next one is, and I didn't think I would be doing this until a couple of days ago when Blue posted on their story about it, and I was like, can I join this? Because this has been sat on my shelf since the release, which was not long ago, and I didn't know when to pick it up, and this gave me the opportunity to pick it up when I really kind of want to read it. So this is for The Invisible Life of Addie LaRue by V.E. Schwab, which everybody has been raving about this year, and I will admit when I'm filming this video I am quite far through it. Well, I say far through it. I'm 170 pages through it, I believe, and I'm loving this book so much. It's absolutely beautiful and it reminds me of Serpent and Dove, which has been one of my favourite books of the year so far. It's just so beautiful, so I'm so glad that I managed to join this buddy read. So that's really exciting. I think we are doing it over 7 days, so I'll have finished that by next week. So that is I've got books spread out all around me now. That is my 9-book December TBR, and we will see how I do with finishing these books. I'm also reading Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race alongside that. Although that's not necessarily in a monthly TBR because I've been reading it on and off since October because it's a non-fiction, I've just been dipping into it. So those are the books I'm currently reading and the ones on my December TBR. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of my face, and comment down below with what books you want to read in December. Thank you for watching. See you next time.